Hello, hello. We have a new chapter of Kaiji. This one has the very intriguing title of Ao Samurai, like Blue Samurai, I think. This may be like a location or something. I'm not really sure. We are continuing this saga of getting a new van, getting a van that doesn't look like a camper van, but can be used as a camper van in order to dodge Tei's now very focused attack on such camper vans. They had to link up again with their camping degenerate buddies for a number of reasons, but it's all working out for the best. But there is still dangers lurking in the hearts of men as they await the rental transference form. Namely, their obsession with what is in Kaiji's mysterious bag. Is it really pornography? And if so, what the heck kind of pornography does Kaiji have that he wants to hide so badly? I don't know. We're slowly building up all of the ingredients of a classic Fukumoto psychological war. One where the stakes are incredibly high. Just little minutia of information and insight is all that's making or breaking someone's ability to cut to the truth. Just these super suspenseful arcs where the pulling of a zipper means life or death. And yet, it's in the most outrageous way. It's not mahjong, it's not poker, it's nothing like that. I don't know. I don't know how hard they're going to go in this plotline. So Kaiji wakes up in the Ishitaka residence, remembering their fun night of drinking before. Ended up samurai the night. So the Ao Samurai is a term used to refer to young rookie samurai. I guess in the same way that we say people are green, because Japan has always had kind of like blurry. Well, it's not my place to say that they're blurry. They would look at our color definitions and say that they're blurry, but in English, the line between blue and green is drawn differently than where it is in Japanese. So in the same way that we refer to something as green because it reflects the greenness of newly grown plants, maybe Japan uses blue for that color, the color of newly grown plants, and so it's a blue samurai reflecting the same natural origin of this idiom. Maybe? Thoughts? I don't know. So he wakes up. Nobody's there. Where's Chang? Where's Mario? Outside, they're palling around. The Ishitaka signs, which I guess is what Ishitaka's family does, right next door to the residence. Who knows what they're up to? They're playing with the dog! They're playing with the dog! Remember they were hanging out in bed and they were talking about the dog they could hear, and because of all of their expertise of sleeping in parking lots, they had built up this library of dogs and dog identifiers. It was this guy. Aww, look at Mario and the dog. Oh, what a little Fukumoto dog. So cute. Kind of looks like a Shiba Inu. Look at how happy Kaiji is. Look at that smile. Huh, okay. It's a dog. He's called Spot. What is so strange about that? That's like... Oh, because he doesn't have a spot? He's called Spot even though there are no spots on him? He's Spot. Spot is a real cliche name, isn't it, little guy? Kaiji seems a little worried, but a major theme of the last few chapters is like Kaiji kind of freaks out, and I kind of freak out, and I think, oh no, what deep, troubling, but subtle piece of information did they just introduce? What kind of ramifications will it have? And then, just kidding, it's just something silly, some kind of neurotic quirk of Kaiji. Maybe it's something like that too. It's the opposite. It's actually pretty rare. My first time ever meeting a dog called Spot. Oh, that's actually a very interesting point, isn't it? That if a name has a reputation for being cliche, people go out of their way to avoid a name that's cliche. And then in doing so, the cliche name actually becomes kind of uncommon. Very interesting. I had a dog growing up named Buddy, which is, I think, a very cliche dog name. But we didn't, avoid Buddy or anything I guess buddy isn't all that common. I don't know. Anyways, after all, when you're naming a puppy, you'd at least try to avoid names like that. Oh, look at this little Fukumoto puppy. Oh, cool. Oh, it's so small. So cute. They sure did you dirty, eh, buddy? Hey, there's Buddy. That was my dog. Oh, we had Buddy for years. Very good dog. See, that's the problem. He's got no luck with women because he's totally indifferent, complacent even. When it comes to the stuff that matters, he just doesn't care. Wow, those are pretty harsh words for Ishitaka-san. I don't know. I hope that doesn't lead to a situation where Ishitaka overhears Kaiji bad-mouthing him. I don't know. I'm just like so tense that there could be some conflict that emerges. They came so close so many times. Whether it's mocking Ishitaka, the whole bag incident, them being suspicious. Why are you guys so happy about switching vans? Our van is like objectively worse. Blah blah blah. It's like it feels like we're drawing closer and closer to some sort of betrayal, some sort of major shake-up in the relationship between these guys. Ishitaka was there after all. Also, I gotta point out just these Fukumoto settings, the isometric point of view, looking down into this little sign-making studio, all the little details, you can kind of imagine what the workflow would be. Some signs that have already been completed, waiting delivery. It's just very charming, isn't it? It's just charming and peaceful, and I don't know. Nobody does this like Fukumoto. Even other artists that can capture a mood in a room so genuinely, so with such detail and love, it's different than Fukumoto. Fukumoto, it has this weird mix of a very deep appreciation for these little moments in life that he captures, and yet this kind of weird distance, this sort of kind of like a robotic representation of like very impersonal details. And I don't know, it's very hard to describe what I mean, but just like even the perspective and stuff to me suggests this more studious authenticity rather than I don't know. Anyways, it's very hard to explain, and there's something else crazy going on too. Time for what? Time to make the move. Move our stuff. Time to swap from van to van. And this is kind of spooky again because it involves, getting all the money out, all the remaining duffel bags. Why do you guys have so many identical duffel bags that you're just pulling out from underneath the rafters in all these hidden places? All right, let's see. If anything comes of this unloading process. Again, just, I don't know. I love this shot of them going through the van and grabbing stuff. In the refrigerator, drinks, cans, food, condiments, vegetables, ham, and the like. Stuff they got under the bed, toilet paper, pots, pans, paper tableware, clothing, blankets, and the trash. It's so cozy. It's just so cozy. This whole camper van saga really makes me want to go on a big camper van trip with my friends. Not gonna happen, thank you, COVID. Alright. And then, finally, the ceiling compartment, where these mysterious duffel bags are being shuttled over with the utmost care. The cash is passed along and moved. Bucket relay style. Ishitaka's van. Once again, giving rise to a misunderstanding. Uh-oh. See, if it is porn, which is the story that they've managed to sell Ishitaka on, and that would explain why Kaiji was so upset and fearful over his own bag. Why is it that they have this share and share alike thing where all three bags are just kind of being moved over, all of them grabbing each of them, unclear whose is whose? It makes it seem suspicious that each bag is tied to their individual fetishes or whatever, if instead they're more these anonymous black duffel bags. The bags just keep on coming. Maybe our trip isn't going to be a short one. Just what's up with the sheer volume? How much of their day do they spend indulging in porn mix? And yet again, these ones are pretty explicit, my gosh. Fukumoto having a little fun with drawing these hypothetical porn mag covers. Sure, if that is what you're into, if that is what you want to put in your manga, it's pretty funny to me. I feel like with each one he's gotten more bold in how lewd and erotic he's like sincerely trying to make them. Here we see like breast manipulation, like the breasts are drawn having some sense of gravity, having some movement to them, you know, like implied movement in the still image. Like it feels like Fukumoto is becoming more accustomed and unashamed in these brief little hypothetical porno segments. Wouldn't this make a good thumbnail? No. My vigor doesn't even come close to matching theirs. Oh, and Kaiji and Mario, of course, so ashamed, but what can you do? It's better this than money. Wait, this is way too much. It's not like we're gonna open a store. Okay. This shot of Mario looking in to confirm it's empty, and then the shot from within looking at Mario's happy face is honestly a little terrifying. But we'll just move past it. Okay, they have fully unloaded. Oh my god, Ishitaka. Ishitaka, settle down. That's not a question you can ask people. Tired from all that moving. Just gotten the meal ready, so come and have a bite. Ooh, is this Mama Ishitaka? Ishitaka's mom? I would not be surprised for a second if Ishitaka still lived with his mom. Because it seems like they have this family business right next door. So maybe this is whole family household. Wow, and the whole time they were drinking and bantering and probably shouting at the top of their lungs sometimes. That whole party, dear old mom was just somewhere near there. On the second floor, I was watching the TV with my hubby. We were watching with our earbuds in. Oh, what a household. Oh, Ishitaka. Ishitaka family. I guess they're making it work. For themselves, they're making it work. And now they'll have a lovely home-cooked meal. So it's all good in the end, I guess. It's all good. Hirotaka. Ishitaka Hirotaka. Good name. Get it already. I'll go. But I'll go at my own pace. What is he referring to here? Does he think that Kaiji is already going to start ribbing him about living with his mom? And he's making some preemptive comment about, like, I understand, I know this isn't cool. But it's not that uncommon for people in Japan to live with their parents. There's just not that many availabilities. There's not that culture, that drive, oh, you gotta get out of the parental house. Already an adult. You're in your 40s with 8th grader syndrome, or chunibyo, despite being old enough to know better. Still acting like the kid who's embarrassed because his mom walked in on him and his friends. And here we have what looks like a very realistic, perhaps actual depiction of Kaiji's youth. You know, way back during the One Poker arc, we had that wonderful story of Kaiji cheating when playing mahjong with his friends. And his friends suspecting him, and those feelings of guilt and suspicion, and how he covered for it, how he acted it, all as a way to psychologically read Kazuya. If you recall, I believe it was something like that happened. And this looks like the same friend group, the same room, the same setup, and this looks like Kaiji's mom coming in with her trademark airheadedness, not realizing how uncool that would be. A different time. But yeah, I think this is actually Kaiji's youth we're seeing, not just a hypothetical. Please graduate already, Ishitaka-san. It's time you left middle school. Dang. Ishitaka. This is so interesting. Like, the number of layers on which we've kind of learned about and accessed this character, sorry, that is. Like, at first, they were just these weirdos in the camping site who managed to convince them to come drink and party. Then we kind of learned these sort of loserish traits they had. But then, heroic. You know, they were able to block off the Mazda. They did really good. Ishitaka especially was courageous, fearless. But now we're seeing yet another angle of him, reinforcing this sort of loserish angle, but in a way that's not so funny. It's not just, haha, he hangs out with his other loner friend and they do single people stuff and they want girlfriends but they'll never get them, haha. But now really thinking about the psychological profile of this character. And remember, this is not what this manga is about. It's not Legend of the Strongest Man Ishitaka-san and is the harrowing journey of how he learns to live with himself and want more and integrate into society. No, it's about Kaiji and his friends running off with 2.4 billion yen. This is all just icing on the cake. This is just Fukumoto indulging in character writing because he simply cannot help himself but ask, what is in the mind of Ishitaka-san? It's amazing. Alright, so stop by here. You go too far and he'll get sulky. We're learning a lot about the mom too. Just this whole strange relationship. Kaiji looks back in horror. Sure taking his time. No, he wouldn't have gone in to look through the bags. Or maybe he was taking a wee. I don't know. It's hard to say. Taking a number one. I like her little cat apron. Meow. Okay. Ishitaka reemerges. Ishitaka, they bow and scrape to his every whim. It's a dysfunctional household. But will something come of it? Will something reach a boiling point? Will there be actual conflict? Or is this just a strange portrait of a character who may be still fairly inconsequential that Kaiji will just eventually drive out of the life of? Hard to say. Hard to say what Fukumoto's intents are. The longer this arc goes on, the more I feel that Fukumoto is being very experimental, very explorational in kind of his own mind. What kind of stories does he want to tell? What kind of characters does he want to create? The scope is so much wider than any other Kaiji arc, than almost any other Fukumoto series besides, like, Kurosawa. What is gonna happen? What is going to happen? Speaking of Kurosawa, we got a new chapter of Kurosawa after this, so look forward to that. I don't know why I said after this and look forward to that, because the videos are just there on Keats the YouTube channel, so, you know, do what you will. Alright, bye-bye.